All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation. Knicks on the road in the Twin Cities, Minnesota, for the first of a 4-game road trip. Starting off against an undermanned Timberwolves team. And look, man, this Timberwolves team did not quit. They gave us all they had. And just a sloppy Knicks offense, shooting 40% from the field, 37% from the charity stripe. Kept this Timberwolves team in the game, man. This Knicks offense had nothing going. The starters, for the most part, had nothing going. But give credit to a couple people. Big shout out to the Block Nest monster, Mitchell Robinson, with a dominating 14.18 board effort. 6 offensive rebounds kept us in the game. Broadway Barrett was building a brick house for the better part of 3 quarters. Couldn't hit, but 7 clutch fourth quarter points helped keep this Minnesota team at bay. Knicks win 96-88. First time winning back-to-back games in a while. Hey, it was an ugly win, but a win is a win. 15-18 on the campaign. We'll take it. Taking a run, man. Knicks post-game line presented by Prize Picks. CP the Franchise, CK2K, JD Sports Talk in the building. And yeah, fellas, you know, like I said, man, this was an ugly game. And once again, give credit to this Timberwolves defense. You know, their game plan to slow down Kemba, get the ball out of his hands, whether it was, you know, doubling off on the pick and rolls or putting the Knicks in a zone. I thought their defensive game plan was pretty good. Thought it definitely flustered the Knicks offensively between, you know, Kemba, Julius, Fournier, just lackluster offense. You know, ball movement wasn't crisp. 16 turnovers on the night. 14 turnovers, rather. You know, just wasn't crisp. But they did what they had to do to get the win. Like I said, I got to give credit to the Block Nest monster, man. He's been looking great ever since that Houston game. Looking great. You know, because he's always been looking like he's been laboring out there, but he's been looking great. 14 points, 18 rebounds. That's my first, that's my game ball, my number one game ball tonight, man, because he was just great, man. CK, give me your thoughts on this game.
Yeah, man, definitely a well-rounded game for him, especially in a game where they're missing crucial pieces at that position. They couldn't stop talking about Nathan Knight and how he played in the game before and all this, that, and the third. And Mitch Robinson definitely delivered, especially in the area where we've just been so bad at all season. That's the rebounding, for him to get 18 rebounds on top of Julius Randle's 15. Yeah, it was a very productive and efficient night for Mitchell Robinson. I loved seeing, you know, the younger guys slowly getting back to the rotation. Sorry, my bad. Emmanuel quickly coming back, making his return. My guy Q playing 31 minutes in this game was very valuable throughout the entire game. Only 11 minutes from Obi Toppin. I feel like it was, again, as per usual this season, a productive 11 minutes with 7 points. This game was just ugly. It was just one of those things where, you know, they threw a zone at us, and as usual, we just looked like we didn't know how to handle the zone, but luckily we survived that. I'm not going to look too much into it. We're finally getting guys back into the rotation. Like I said, what you mentioned with Mitchell Robinson, seeing that stat line, and the big part of it is the rebounds for me, because I feel like we come into every one of these games struggling to get a rebound. Doesn't matter if they're big or they're small, but for the team to get 54 rebounds in this one, I feel like that was a big part of us being able to get those second chance points and keep that lead throughout the entire game.
Yeah, I mean, Minnesota as a full unit is one of the worst rebounding teams in the league. So I liked our chances, even against, you know, the COVID replacements here, the Greg Monroe All-Stars. And, you know, I just like the way Mitch is moving out there. He's looking great. Just knock on wood that this kid stays healthy, man, because if we can get this type of effort from him on the nightly basis, this was a dominant performance by Mitch and a much-needed one. JD, what were your takeaways on the game?
Well, you know, on last night's show on Knicks Weekly, when we quickly previewed the game, I had noted that I thought tonight's game, you're going to look at the 3-point shots, because the Timberwolves were 6th best in the league in holding opponents to 33% 3-point shooting, as well as on their end offensively, they shoot 42 threes, second in the league, 42 attempts per game. And when you look at the box score, they shot 38 threes and only made 7 for 18%. And meanwhile, the Knicks shot 40 threes and made 40%. And if they hit just a few more free throws, maybe this is not even a game.
Yeah.
Because the New York Knicks were 6 of 16 from the free throw line
Abysmal,
for a
bro.
putrid 37%. The Knicks are 12th in the league in free throw shooting, so at 79%. So that was a little bit surprising. From a player standpoint, I mean, guys, I ask you, are these young guys helping this team win or not?
Yeah.
When you look at the grand scheme of things, you look at Obi going 3 for 3 in his limited minutes. Even quickly, I thought had a nice game. He didn't play many minutes. He was 2 of 4, had 4 assists in 12 minutes. RJ had a tough game, but he had 8 points. Didn't miss a shot in the fourth quarter. You like to see that, because at the end of the day, I know he's facing a lot of pressure here as being the 3rd overall pick and the expectations, but this is his 2nd game back coming from health and safety protocol. And for him to finish the 4th quarter that way, I mean, listen, yes, in the totality, he had a bad game.
Yeah.
But you at least like to see him finish the game strong, and you hope that he can build off that, he can gain some confidence, and he can go, in the next game and start to string some good games together. And Quentin Grimes, we talk about Quentin Grimes' defense. Now Quentin Grimes, his last 3 games, has made 15 threes, shooting 44%. Right. So, we're talking about now he played 31 minutes tonight, 25 minutes the last game. So we're starting to see now, some of these young players start to get some minutes. And to me, that was the positive. On the negative, I didn't like Obi playing 10, 11 minutes. I didn't agree with the decision to bench him. I think it was in the 3rd or in the 4th. He benched him because he had 2 back-to-back negative possessions. However, before those 2 back-to-back negative possessions, he made a 3-point shot. Yeah. And he was brought in the game because we were still on offense. And you start to see when he's in the game, the ball movement is faster. The activity is faster. I would have given him a little bit more confidence. I don't like taking him out in that time because that's what he's going to the bench with. That's the last thing he's remembering. You want to build these guys' confidence, man. And in a game where your best player is 5 of 20, right? He had a terrible game in my opinion.
Terrible game, bro.
I understand, he had the 15 rebounds, but did not impact the game. In my estimation. So if I'm Tibbs, I didn't understand that move. But it is what it is. And obviously the other negative to me would be Julius Randle's game and RJ Barrett's start. And I'll leave Evan Fournier for CP.
Okay, and we'll talk about that. We will talk about that. So everybody,
and you tried to get slick too with the thumbnail. I saw that. You're not low. You tried to get slick with the thumbnail. The chat was on fire. As soon as you posted that, the chat was on fire. They were confused. Like, wait, Evan Fournier?
I was trying to put some positive vibes out there, man. That's all. I was just trying to rally the troops. He gave us a hot start. 10 points. All right. Well, let me table that Fournier thing for a second, because he's the least of importance, right? CK, to JD's point on the Obi thing, it was 9 minutes left in the 4th, and Obi picks up the travel. All of a sudden, here comes Julius, and Julius doesn't have it all game. Now, in this moment, 9 minutes left, he's lollygagging on defense. He had one possession where he stopped playing defense altogether, and Breen had to call him out. And Breen is the Boy Scout for the Knicks, so he goes very, very careful. He's very careful with the criticism. He even called out Julius for not trying hard on the defensive end. I don't know if it was injury or what. He's got Jalen McDaniels on him. He should be breaking him down every single possession. Should be destroying this kid. Had trouble with Jaden McDaniels. You got to leave Obi and let Obi cook for a little bit longer, Tibbs. Let him cook for a little bit longer. Your starters are giving you nothing out there. Quickly came in, hit some big shots in the second half. I thought they closed the 3rd quarter well. My guy Burks missed the fourth quarter, came in. He had 7 points off the bench. You know, he had a couple big shots. Grimes as well. He got to let Obi rock, man. He hit the corner three. He had the reverse going. Tibbs is he's in panic mode because he feels like this team's about to come back on us. Yo, you got to let Obi cook for a little bit, man. I'm sorry. You got to let Obi cook, bro.
5 for 20, like you guys both mentioned. 5 for 20, 1 for 5 from the three-point line, and he led the team in minutes, 38 minutes. This is that game where it didn't need to be that way, especially when you were getting production from everybody that JD was naming. You were getting production from Obi Toppin. You're getting production from all of these younger guys. You're getting the production that you needed from the guys. Mm-hmm. This wasn't one of those games where you needed 38 minutes out of Julius Randle, especially looking the way he was looking in that fourth quarter. He looked like he was gassed. He looked like he was dejected. I'm seeing now, if you go on Twitter, you're going to see the videos now, people zooming in on the huddle and him walking away as Tom Thibodeau's trying to give them their, the Roddy Ross speech and whatnot. And he's walking out of the situation. Like, that's what we're going to be seeing right now. But we won the game. And we're not talking about that, and that's because it's just those were not 38 minutes that are needed. And then we have a back-to-back, and he's going to be playing close to 38 minutes again tomorrow. I don't know. It's just a rough one. Like, I understand you can talking about the plus minus, and you had 15 rebounds, this, then a third. But to y'all point, I just feel like it was just a whole lot of nothing that was coming off of this game, and we're watching Jaden McDaniels go out there and tear him up.
And to your point, where you mentioned panic mode, CP. It goes with what I'm saying sometimes, managing the game based on a template where late in the game, he goes back to RJ, goes back to Fournier. Now, RJ made him look good because he finished strong. But at that point, I'm sure when people were watching the game on TV, they were wondering, okay, why are we going to Fournier? Why are we benching Grimes? Why are we benching Obi? You know what I mean? And like, you're so quick to pull the hook. You're bringing the guy that's 5 for 20. And here's another observation that I made that it just doesn't sit well with me. When Obi had one of those turnovers, they put the TV on Tibbs. Tibbs goes ballistic. He goes bonkers on Obi, right? And I'm like, all right, fine. I get it. It's part of development. You want to coach these players hard, but can you please do that to Julius? Can you please do that to some of the other veterans?
Where is the accountability? You know what I mean?
Like, all right, please. Yeah. Can you please go that crazy when because I'm like, what are you upset about? He was on the sideline. All right, he lost the ball, but this guy is playing hard for you. Like, he's going after rebounds. He's active on the court. Like, he's giving you the energy. And these are some of the things that, on Twitter, there's videos that go around now where Julius is jogging back or Julius has a turnover and he's turning to the ref and he's complaining. Man. And I'm not seeing Tibbs going crazy over that, but you want to go yell at the, second year player who's only playing 10 to 12 minutes for you anyway.
Right.
So, it's just something that, listen, these people will say, well, they know more basketball or that. Fine. But at the end of the day, we're talking about humans. Yeah. And you're talking about young players, and everyone sees that. Right. And you saw the reports about the Kemba. Not a lot of players, were down with that. So these players have emotions. They do see what's going on. And so, you better hope the team starts winning, because if they don't, these are some of the things that come out later when things go south. So it's an observation that just doesn't sit. It doesn't sit well for me, because when, people like Randall see that, they feel you're enabling that behavior. How do you expect him to start being a leader and start holding himself accountable when your coach is not doing that to you?
Accountability, man. Accountability is everything. And especially, look, we're on the first of a back-to-back. Like my guy Shwinny just put up on Twitter. Like, you got to manage the minutes a lot better, man. This is how you end up on the last game of the road trip where your guy has nothing left. No legs, no nothing. Like, you got to go back to your energy guy, man. I thought we had more than enough. The second unit was cooking them. Second unit alone could have won this game as a starting five against his Timberwolves team. Let's be honest, man. Malik Beasley was cooking. Shout out to him. He's a talent. But other than that, there was nobody on that team that was putting any type of fear in your heart. The second unit could have taken care of them single-handedly. So, again, we weren't playing the Milwaukee Bucks out here, Tibbs. Where he put Julius back in 9 minutes left in the game, bro. To play the entire fourth quarter, damn near. We don't need that. Not in this game.
There it is.
You know what I'm saying? Not in this game. Other games, yes, maybe. But not in this game, man. You gotta let Obi go for a little bit longer. You know. Definitely gotta let Obi go for a little bit longer. Now, we talked about Obi's game, 7 points off the bench, 3 for 3 from the field. You know, yeah, Taj gave you some good minutes, Burks as well. Quickly, I thought IQ had, I think it was 2 big shots, 2 big threes in the third quarter. Thought that was pretty big, plus 12 on the night for IQ, 6 points. They had him running off ball. They had Burks running, handling the point guard duties for the most part off the bench. So I thought that was a little bit interesting. What happens tomorrow? Is Kemba playing tomorrow? If not, I mean, from what I saw tonight, it looks like I think Tibbs would go back to Burks. McBride he traveled with them to Minnesota. If Kemba doesn't play, McBride will likely slide into that rotation as well. So that's going to be interesting from a whole play the kid standpoint. But JD, 31 points for Grimes, 25 for Fournier.
31 minutes. 31 minutes. Yeah,
minutes.
I'm all excited. I was like, wait, what? He had what?
Yeah. 31 for Grimes. I gave you the playbook yesterday, bro. I gave you the playbook yesterday.
Okay.
And here we are in this game. He's the first player off the bench. And he closes the game. Tibbs takes out Fournier, says, "You are the matador tonight. Enough is enough. You gave us a good start. You gave us what you had in the beginning. Appreciate it. We're going to close with Grimes." And he did that. That's a sign of things to come for me, bro. I think that's a trend. I think you're going to see that more often. Grimes' role within this rotation is going to continue to grow.
I mean, and that's why Grimes is such an important piece, I feel, to the whole rotation. The whole rotation. Not only Fournier, but Burks. Look at Burks tonight. Burks played, I think, 18 minutes, but he hit a couple of key shots. You know, when we're talking about role players like that, you know, Nerlens Noel, you know, Alec Burks, that's the sweet spot for them. 18 minutes, 19 minutes, 16 minutes. Once you try to, you know, extend that, then you see them getting exposed. Then you see too much inconsistency. To me, that's the perfect scenario for Burks. 18 minutes, no more than 20. Keep that energy up. It allows you to contribute to the game as he did tonight with a couple of big shots. And with Fournier, it allows you to kind of manage Fournier from a game-to-game basis, right? Like if Fournier doesn't have it, then you increase Grimes' minutes. If Fournier has it, then you could play offense, defense. But this is why, to me, Fournier is not the greatest of fit, because there's just too many variables that you have to put into the game in order to see if he is going to be a plus for you. He had a good start tonight.
Yeah, good start.
He was 3 of 7 from 3, 43%. But you know, as you know, when he's off, you're not getting the defense. He had a couple of bad defensive possessions, and you saw him get benched there late for obvious defensive purposes. So that's why Grimes to me is very important, because he can actually allow Tibbs to mix and match and to you know, hopefully manage the game in a more positive way.
Yeah. And here's the thing, CK, because we got into a little bit of a battle of the fans last night. It was me versus everybody. You know what I'm saying? All the Fournier haters, led by JD, was going at me. You know what I'm saying? But I don't back down for nobody. JD, man.
You led the Fournier haters?
Oh, he was leading it.
My man.
He was leading it. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
But my point is this. As we saw tonight, you go to him, he gave you a good start. RJ got into the foul trouble. Grimes is spot. He's solidified, bro, and it's going to continue to grow, and he's going to continue to close these games. What I'm saying is, if you put Fournier on the bench, he's not impacting McBride's minutes. The people that are impacting McBride's minutes are Burks, IQ, and ultimately Derrick Rose when he comes back. The thing with Fournier is, I'm still going to keep his shooting here. Now, JD's saying I'm salary dumping him right now. To me, that's not the best way to utilize this asset, because I want that salary down the road if I need to make a blockbuster trade. You understand what I'm saying?
CK, let me ask you a very simple question.
I need that salary down the road if I need to make a blockbuster trade, bro. I'm not salary dumping for 2 second-round picks.
Okay. He heard your argument loud and clear.
Yeah.
And my argument, it's only going to be a question. If a team comes to you and says, I'm giving you 2 second-round picks and I'm taking the contract, are you trading Fournier
Come on, man.
under that scenario.
I'm not even thinking about it. I got Burks.
2 second-round picks for 14 shots, 13
and getting rid of the contract.
Shots.
Hell yeah, getting rid of that contract. CP, what trade does that contract help us, benefit us?
If you got to go out and get a max player, you might need that. You might need that salary to make things work. In addition to a couple young pieces here, a couple young assets, you may need that salary, bro.
But his production gotta go alongside with the salary.
That's why you bring him off the bench.
They can't just take the money.
That's why you bring him off the bench.
I'm taking the buy now. I will take the buy now on that. Give me those second round picks with Walt Perrin upstairs. Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll take that money off the books and I'll take those 2 second round picks.
And this is what I'm saying. Like tonight, 13 points, 14 shots. He starts good, fine, but this is what I'm saying. If you don't bring anything else to the table, he only played 24 minutes. In my example, it was 18 minutes. So he played 6 more minutes than my example. Mm-hmm. And yet, even in that, sample size, when you don't bring anything else to the table, what is your true value? So I don't understand how we would expect his value to even increase, because the way Grimes is playing, guess what? His minutes are going to be in the 22 to 24 minutes range. So to me, I don't see a scenario to where his value rises to where now we can justify a better trade than just a salary dump.
And Burks can't give me what Fournier did today.
He can, but he can give that to you together with a Burks IQ, Fournier off the bench. You got Obi. You still have a veteran 3-point shooter there, whose salary, you may need that salary to make a blockbuster trade. You don't want to just dump that asset for nothing. There's nothing out there in the free agent market next year at all. Zach LaVine is the biggest target out there. We have no shot at him. There's nothing out there right now that you need that money for. You keep him,
comparing it to Zach LaVine.
No. Go ahead.
We can replace that salary with a player in his tier, but that's more impactful than him. So in other words, just because we eliminate that contract, we don't have to start thinking, well, let's replace Fournier with a superstar. Well, we don't. That's not the way that we have to respond to it. We can go sign another player in that tier, the Norman Powell tier. Like that tier, we can sign another player, or it allow us to be more flexible in trades. Maybe we can take on a contract because we just, got rid of this salary. It just, when we talk about flexibility, I mean, we like to talk about it a lot. Getting rid of Fournier only helps in that department. And so it just allows us to be even more. And listen, I could even see a scenario. It won't happen because of politics, because of the contract.
It's not happening, right?
If you're playing McBride decent minutes, you can have a small second. You can have a small bench, right? And then you can even X out Fournier because Burks can take care of those minutes.
That's what I'm saying.
Tibbs is not doing that, bro.
And he's not doing that. But what I'm saying is, I'm using that example to illustrate that Fournier's value to this team, to me, is 0 to none. It's not as high as you think.
Look,
it's just shooting.
It's fun to play that game about, making a big trade, but when have we made that big trade? My brain is not on a big trade. I don't see a big trade coming our way, so I'm not playing that game and going that route and holding them for a big trade. It's not gonna happen.
But what I'm saying is his salary's not holding us up right now for being a great team where you have to
it's holding us up from playing the guys that could be a part of our rotation long term and be a better impact on the rotation.
But Grimes' spot in the rotation is solid. He probably played 31 minutes tonight.
What happens when D Rose comes back?
Well, that's on Tibbs. I can't answer that.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying? Grimes' spot is solidified, bro.
It should be, but I just don't. I'm not. Call me jaded. I'm just not buying it because look, it should be. I mean, we've seen enough. I think that when we were missing players, we've seen enough. Right now, when we have about 80% of our roster, and he's out there providing probably the best minutes off the bench in 31 minutes, 11 points, and the defense, one still block. He's definitely the guy that should be in rotation. I'm just not buying that when we have everyone healthy again, that Tom Thibodeau is not going to be like, well, thanks, Grimes, but you can sit back over there and we'll just keep going with what we got going on. I'm not playing that past Tibbs that he can just, kill his minutes. Obi Toppin's been playing very efficiently for us, and the guy can barely get 10 minutes off the bench. I don't care. You can't use the argument Julius Randle this, and you can't use it. He could have been playing a lot of. We just talked about it, so I'm just not. Look, it's hard for me to. He's one of those guys that if you're gonna put that guy in his face, he's gonna feel like he has to use him. Evan Fournier is that example. I'm flipping him. I'm not playing the trade game. I'm not playing the free agent game. I'm playing the game, but we gotta build from within. We gotta build from what we got right now. I'm not playing trade. It has not worked out for us. It's not working out for us.
After 33 games, y'all panicking on that nice first
quarter. We had that nice first quarter. CP was hyped.
But I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised.
Put that thumbnail up with the quickness, man. I was like, all right, here we go.
And you slick with it too. Like I was, of course, yeah. I didn't even know the argument with it. I'm just like, oh yeah, so we gonna gas this for you tonight. Cool.
I wasn't surprised. He had to carry the team in the first. Julius left his brain in New York on Christmas Day. They were locking down Kemba. We had no answers. Fournier had to step up and get it popping, and that's what we did. First quarter set the tone. Grimes, go ahead and finish. It's teamwork.
I miss Burke CP. I like Burke CP better. I like Burke CP better, man. I don't like the Fournier one. I'm not having fun with this.
Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. We're gonna take some phone calls, man. Knicks post game live presented by Prize Picks. And speaking of Prize Picks, fellas, we definitely got to get into our picks later on because there was a funny coincidence that went on there. I'm not sure why we made that move, but we made the wrong move tonight. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. Let me salute some of the super chats that have come in. My guy Eugene, shout out Eugene in the Bay Area. He said, if Julius Randle plays this bad up until next season's trade deadline, would you trade him? And if so, who do you think would want him? What's your trade ideas? Yeah, we'd have to dig into the crates for that one, man. We need a whole episode on that one, G, to figure that out. But, clearly, if this team is regressing for 2 years in a row, I think, Julius and Tibbs would have to be on the hot seat. Naturally, if we're not seeing any progression 2 years in a row from making the playoffs last year, then, yeah, naturally, we got to start, peeling this thing back. Shout out to Cynthia. Cynthia says, salute, no lie. When Randall fell down with the double foul, I was wishing he had to leave the game just to get him up out of there. Hashtag free Obi. CP the artist, a.k.a. the artist, he says, please stop calling that man CP. He is PC. So CP the artist taking shots. Be your own people, bro. And be your own people. I let that man live with the name CP for the longest time, for like 4 years now. And that man taking shots at me, man. Okay, all right. It is what it is. Dan from Jersey on the Discord. Dan, if you can hear us, go ahead and unmute your mic, bro. Dan, going once. All right, he unmuted his mic, but can't hear us. All right, let's try. Yo. You got it, bro? You kind of fuzzy, man. You still in DR, bro? How's your connection?
Yeah, man. Doing the how's it? How?
Yeah, you choppy, man. You choppy. Try it. We'll try it again in a little bit. Nate from the Rock. I'm gonna unmute your mic. Nate from the Rock. You on the Discord? What's good?
You got me?
Yep, loud and clear.
What's up? Real quick, I'm with you, CP. I'm not doing Fournier for 2 second-round picks.
Yeah.
And it's not even because I like Fournier. I'm not trying to be CAZ. Just by virtue of having him for 4 years, you can get more for him just by waiting. We have Quentin Grimes under control for 4 years with the first-round pick. McBride's not going anywhere. Those guys will get playing time. It's not a big deal to me.
Yeah.
But, other than that, I was really happy to see what I saw from Mitch today. You can tell losing the weight is having like a big effect on how he moves around.
Mitch looks great. He looks great, man.
I think we jumped on him real early because our defense was kind of going bad. And everybody wanted to hit the panic button. We had to blame somebody. And Mitch is culpable in that, obviously. He couldn't train, but still, he looked bad at the beginning. I'm not going to lie. Mm-hmm. But I still think he's a solid center. And mainly because his role is so simple. It's all he has to do is be tall and dunk and get rebounds. With all the bricks that our guys lay at the rim, it's literally 3 points for him. You know what I mean? It's not that hard to be that good. That's why I believe in Mitch so much.
Yeah. No, you give him credit though, man. He's boxing out well. He's putting himself in position, man.
He's working. He's working. I love it.
Definitely.
Yeah, and then last point, y'all said that Tibbs hit the panic button by sending Randall in with 9 minutes. That's just what he normally does. I don't think he was panicking. That's just kind of what he does. I think what was solid from him was, if I was him, I would not put RJ back in that game because he was looking bad. But I give him credit for that. Even though it's just like probably what he would have done, but I honestly don't think it's like Thibs is panicking at all. He's just super stubborn. I think it's quite the opposite. I think we would like him to be more flexible. But in this case, I would say he was right, I guess. But because we won the game, so I'm not gonna complain too much. But, that's all I got, man. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate it, Nate. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, I mean, the RJ one was definitely questionable, but it paid dividends, man. And give credit to RJ because when he was bricking it up, he definitely lost confidence for most of the game, and was deferring to everybody else. But fourth quarter, he was strong. He had an and one. He hit a corner three, and then he had a nice drive, a nice layup, and finished strong. So that was good. Hopefully that carries into the game tomorrow in Detroit. Who else we want to salute in the chat? Salute to David Claudio, $5 super chat. He says, Tibbs treats Obi like a stepchild. No matter how bad Randall plays, Obi can't crack more than 10 minutes. Obi isn't allowed mistakes. Tibbs' rotations suck. CT Pittman, $5 super chat says, ugly game, but I'll take the W. With the new protocols and no ideal way to practice today, I'm just glad we survived. Mitch was a monster tonight. Yeah, absolutely. Mitch was a monster. We did get Deuce McBride back. He didn't play. Still trying to get him conditioned, so hopefully tomorrow in Detroit, we'll see if he gets in. We'll see if Kemba plays as well. So TBD on that. So to everybody in the chat once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. We got 1,800 people in here, man. 1,800 people on the check-in. Knicks versus Timberwolves. Knicks win 96-88. This is Knicks postgame live presented by Prize Picks. CP the franchise here. We got CK2K, JD Sports Talk in the building. If you guys are new in the chat, type in hashtag new in the chat and we'll shout you guys out. Also remember to hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button, notification bell, and subscribe to the channel as well. All right, we're going to get to the phones now. All my screen is on COVID protocol of vacation, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna freestyle this. 917-696. You up first? What's going on? Who is this?
What's going on, guys? It's Benji.
Benji, what's good, bro?
Happy. What's happening, guys? I hope everyone's doing well. So obviously it was an ugly game tonight at the Target Center, but bottom line is we escaped with a win. That's all we want to do. It was an odd game, man. I mean, I think we were like 5 for 14 from the line or something like that, and
6 of 16.
Factor in like 6 or 16. There you go. Even Kemba missing one down the stretch, and then factor in like Taj getting a breakaway dunk at the end of the third quarter with a second to go. It was just an odd game the way things went down, but we buckled down. We got the win. I thought, Fournier was big in terms of setting the tone in the first quarter. Obviously didn't have a great game, but at least he was, at least he's being more aggressive, man. He's looking for those in-between shots, the floaters. And hopefully we see more of that. Obviously, Burks hit two timely threes in the fourth quarter, I believe.
Yeah.
And Mitch was obviously outstanding. I keep saying like this is the best game of his career in the recent good games he's had, and he's kind of topping each one of those strong games that he's had. In the last 11 games, dating back to the game against San Antonio, he's had about 4 really, really, really good games. I think it was Detroit tonight against Minnesota,
Houston game. Yep.
And there's one other game in there. But if anything, it's really helping up his trade value. I'm always focused on the short term in terms of like let's win tomorrow. We got a real opportunity to get a 3-game winning streak tomorrow against Detroit. Knock on wood. But as we look forward, if we are going to consider some trades, I don't know who's out there that can be had, but the guys that I would be looking to move would be RJ, Mitch, and multiple picks. If we're gonna shoot for the moon and we're gonna try to get like a Dame Lillard or somebody like that, that's what I'm looking for. My man Alec Burks, aka Alec Jordan. I don't want to trade him or do any one of those trades for picks. I just don't think. I feel like, especially for Burks Hive, especially this season where rosters are getting depleted. I don't want to trade a guy that, he's not a superstar. He's not an all-star, but he's very versatile, and you can flip him into the starting lineup. He can play whatever role you need him to play. But I think if we're going to really look to make a move, I think Mitch has such a good contract. Now, when he's playing like this, like a night like tonight, where he's dominating these these low level big men like Greg Monroe and Naz Reid and all these other guys. That's what he needs to do. That's what he should be doing. We've seen 3-4 years of Mitch, and this is the progression we need to see.
And now you're ready to trade him, man. You're ready to trade him. Appreciate the call, man. What do you guys think, fellas? CK, what do you think, man? Benji wants to. Benji's looking for the blockbuster, man. He's looking to get RJ, Mitch packing. You notice he was very strategic. He's trying to keep Grimes and McBride. He didn't mention them at all. But what do you think there, CK?
My position has not changed. I'm not seeing that big trade. I don't see it. I don't see it. I just don't feel like we are on that, at least not right now. Maybe. Okay. I'll give you that much, but I guess I've thrown the towel in on that big trade. And to your point right now, Mitch finally figuring it out, took the weight down. He's playing, close to the way that Lost want to see him play. He's looking healthy. He's taped up from here to wazoo, both shoulders, knees, fingers. He's looking at everything, but at the same time, he's playing really well. I just am not a believer that there's that big trade for us to go and make. I'm not buying on it. I think we need to be working with what we got right now and building upon that, and that's what I'm looking at. So Mitchell Robinson trade, he lost me on that one. RJ Barrett trade, he lost me on that one.
JD?
I mean, when you're talking about trading those players, then I guess you're looking at maybe a Bradley Beal, you're trading those type of players is not, I'm not going for Miles Turner and trading RJ and Mitch, right. So once you're going for that type of move, if you want to know a name, I mean, I know Dame is going to pop up in rumors, but I'm not going there. No. As I mentioned, you guys want to talk about Kemba's defense. Dame is right there. And once he goes 5 for 15 at the Garden, pulling from 40 and it doesn't go in, and then he's giving you that bad defense, then, we're going to start to question what direction are we going to. The other interesting thing, too, that I'm starting to see with this Julius Randle phenomenon that's building, I don't know how you necessarily build around him unless you decide that he's just another piece of the team. In other words, I know the way he was playing last year, it was like maybe he can be the number 2 guy and a guy like Bradley Beal could come in. I don't even know if I would even entertain anyone unless the philosophy in the front office changes and you're looking at Julius as either just another guy on the team or you're looking to move him eventually and kind of build, because Julius' style of play, I don't know if it fits playing with other superstars. No. Like when we talk about Westbrook's a great player, but can Westbrook play with other superstars? We're not seeing the fit in LA. We didn't see the fit in OKC. So this whole Julius thing is I'm a little uneasy about it now, because even like when he plays well against the Hawks, it's awesome. Yeah. But if he's not going to play that way consistently, I don't know how you really necessarily build a championship caliber team as Julius even being a piece of the team, unless it's a total change of a philosophy on how you're going to run the offense.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've always been saying, man, ideally he's a second and third guy. I don't see any blockbusters going on this year. I'm not even sure if they make any major trades unless it's like an injury replacement, like an injury replace. I don't see it. Now, you still have Kev's $5 million. You have Kemba at $8 million. Are those contracts you're going to look to shed? No, well, Kev's going to be a free agent this year anyway. So, yeah. Kev's contract really doesn't matter. But, Kemba's got 1 more year guaranteed at $8 million. You have Burks, Rose, Noel. Those guys have multiple years. Obviously, you have Fournier as well. I don't see them, because between now and February, between now and the deadline, I think they'll still be within at least play-in contention. So I don't see them selling. And what are they really gonna buy? That's really gonna like make a difference for this team. I don't see it. I don't see anything major coming down the pipeline. But let's see what happens.
With so much parity in the league, it will be interesting to see what develops, because you have so much parity in that East. I wouldn't be surprised if one of those teams that is just underachieving decides to just maybe
blow it up,
be willing, because the Pacers are a prime team. The Pacers have a lot of good individual players that can go.
Yeah,
you got Karis LeVert, you got Brogdon, you got Miles Turner, you got Sabonis. So maybe another team like that, would be willing. So right now it's a little difficult to forecast, but I think as we get close to the trade deadline and you see some leaks and you see more of an updated record, we can maybe have a more clear conversation about what are the realistic possibilities for this team, and and where the Knicks are, because the Knicks approach could change depending on where they are at the deadline.
No question. And we're only a game and a half out of the 6th seed right now. So again, anything can happen, man. Anything is possible, as KG would say. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Knicks post-game live presented by Prize Picks. We're going to take some more calls and then get to our prize picks of the night. Shout out my guy David Zenon, fellas. David Zenon in the chat. Hey. David, what's going on? Happy holidays, man. Happy New Year and all those good things, bro. Shout out to Devi Doodle, team hashtag new. We got Emmanuel Dickerson in here. Emmanuel, what's going on? Shamboy72 Abel, man, my guy from Jamaica. He's in here every show, but he's claiming team hashtag new. Shout out to him. Shout out to Brooklyn Born Boone. Jonah Colbert. Jonah Colbert, what's going on? We got Mitch 1989 in here, team hashtag new. Javier Burt Miller, team hashtag new. DFax LES. Shout out to the LES. Sam Miller, what's going on? CK, who you want to shout out in the chat, man?
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of OGs coming through, but I'm looking to find some news. But shout out to everybody coming through. I'm seeing Anthony Jaquiz or Jaquiz, however you say it. Shout out to you, Javier Montalvo. I'm seeing a lot of people in here. I'm trying to look for the hashtag news, though, because people going in about JD's take, as they should. Good take there from JD. Chunk Norris, even though you're definitely not
Chunk, because he's always in there.
Yeah, man. Kenny Gales. Yeah, we got a lot of people trying to get the hashtag news so they get their names read out. See, that's what they're doing right now.
We got Fada Clef. He's repping Barbados, man. He's throwing your flag
yes,
up
sir.
in there, man.
I see it. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Shout out to him, and shout out to you, CK, man, on your born day, man. You wasn't here for your born day. I hope you had a good Christmas, your Christmas Eve, baby. Right?
Yes, I am. Yeah. Knicks gave me a win for the gift, so I'm cool with that. Yeah, it was a nice chill birthday. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you on your born day, man. All right, let's get back to the phones. Michael on the Discord. Let's go.
Hey, salute, man. Hey, welcome back, CK, man. Hope your baby is good. Hope everything is good, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. But I just want to talk about Aaron Aflalo. Like, come on, bro. What are you gonna do? He's not gonna give you 15 points consistently.
Let's go, Mike.
You had this season is a minus, bro. Come
Let
on,
CP
man.
know. Let him know.
Bro, trading him for 2 second-round picks, I'll take that. Like, Fournier, you're not getting Cam Reddish for Fournier. You have to throw in probably 2 first-round picks in there to even get the call. You're not getting Brandon Ingram for Fournier. You're not getting anything for Fournier. The top thing you're gonna get maybe is like a decent player that's on Evan Fournier's level. Like, I don't know, man, but like Fournier out, bro. And I want. If we don't trade Fournier, at least give him the Kemba treatment. Yeah. Sit him out. Yeah. Don't play him. If the team is good, because you don't play him, you can have McBride quickly, Grimes, or you could play, or you could have Grimes starting, and then you could play Burks on the bench. You sit out Fournier. See how the lineup is. You win. You go positive in that 10-game stretch. You trade Fournier, and now RJ. The thing is, there's Zion and Ja, and then RJ. RJ, to me. First of all, he played way better than Cam Reddish, and stats-wise and also game-wise. Darius Garland having a good season now because he has Evan Mobley and Jared Allen on his team, and Colin Sexton is pretty much injured for half of the season, and he's having his best stretch when Colin Sexton is injured. RJ had Julius Randle for his rookie year spinning around and playing like garbage, and then now we have Julius Randle and Evan Fournier. His best season was when Julius Randle had his best season, and then a 10-game stretch on his rookie season before COVID, bro. If there was no COVID and that season finished out, he would have averaged like 15, 16 points. Last year, he averaged 17 points. And when he wasn't scoring, he was assisting. This year, he can't do that. He has Evan Fournier and Julius Randle on his team. And this third-round pick.
Here's the thing, though. This is now the Kemba Walker, Julius
I know.
Randle offense.
Yeah, I know. And RJ can't flow into that. The thing is that, yeah, I'm not saying he's a great player. I'm saying he could be good. What other player was better than RJ except what? Like Tyler Hero? He was the 9th pick. He was 6 picks before RJ. Shy, you weren't going to pick those 2 in the 3rd pick. RJ was probably the safest pick you could have made. So, yeah, there was no Zion or Ja left in the draft. There was no Zion and Ja left. The rest of the players in the draft were border like starters or decent players, except Tyler Hero and Shy. And then now with Randall and this Obi, like why when Randall just subbed in the 4th quarter with 9 minutes left, the first 30 seconds -4 the Knicks, and Randall's man scored twice. Another possession.
Yeah.
When Randall gets the ball steal, Jaden McDaniels is bullying him, doing a cutback one-hand dunk, and Zion, Mr. Julius Zion over here with his big gut. Oh my God! Like, shut up, bro. What are you doing, man?
All right, man. No doubt.
You can't bully by Jaden McDaniels, bro.
Nah, you're right though, Michael. I appreciate the call, man.
Jaden McDaniels, bro.
Michael's tight tonight. Michael's tight. Appreciate the call. But that's what I'm saying, man. You know, you got to be dominating Jaden McDaniels, man. He's like half his size, bro.
Is that a 5 CP or is that a 4? Because he talked about 48.
Rate that call in the chat. I'll let the people decide, man. Rate Michael's call in the chat. 1 through 5. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Here's the thing. I'm not a Fournier defender. This is not what I'm saying here. I'm speaking from a business standpoint. It's the same thing I've been talking about from a Julius standpoint. I'm speaking from business. I'm not talking about necessarily what they do on the court. He's struggling. I give you that. But I also think it's too early to panic after 33 games. Everybody's ready to make moves and start all over again. Let this thing marinate. Let Tibbs, the coach or the next coach, figure out how this guy can fit in the rotation. He didn't all of a sudden forget how to play basketball. Yes, he's very lethargic on the defensive end. I know that. I, for one, have said over the years that he's a low-impact player at times. Sometimes you don't even know he's out there on the court. But we have him here right now. Let's see how we maximize it. That's all I'm saying. And then, if it's not working, you keep going, and you got something in the pipeline, you use that contract for a bigger move. That's actually going to bring you a piece to upgrade your team. Look at the free agent class right now. The next year's free agent class is horrific. Yeah. Horrific, bro. There's absolutely nothing appealing on that free agent class at a quick glance that I'm even remotely interested in. You want Finney Smith? Finney Smith from Dallas? He's having a good year. I'm sure Cuban will likely keep him. You know, after Levine, man, it's Slim Pickens at the wing, bro. It's even worse at the point. So that's just my takes on the whole Fournier thing. So to everybody in the chat once again, hit that thumbs up. But for you boys, I'm done talking about this, man. Shout out to Carl Ramsey, $5 super chat. He says Knicks have one of the best young cores in the league. Draft well and find a coach to develop the young talent. That is the formula for a chip in year 3.
Somebody says CP has crazy patience.
Yeah, I just saw that. Shout out D-Nice 77. Look. I am a guy who is for continuity and stability. I got to see how things look first for a little bit. Let it marinate for a little bit. We're not on a championship window, championship timeline. We're trying to figure it out. We're playing chess right now. So I'm not panicking just yet.
I agree with that. But that sounds like the argument for RJ or for a Grimes or for an Obi or for a Quickly. That doesn't sound like something I would buy if you're trying to sell me on Alec Burks or Evan Fournier. Or he's getting close, Julius Randle. You know, like these guys are already well established. You know, I don't see Fournier getting any better other than him just playing better. You know,
he is who he is.
Just playing better, and that's basically it. And maybe he just doesn't feel comfortable, as I've always said. Playing in New York, it's a different animal,
man. This ain't Orlando,
it's hard
man.
to quantify.
This ain't Orlando, bro. This is not Orlando, bro.
Yo, Mitch is on his give me my bag type wave now.
Yeah, Block this is out here to get paid. Hey.
So maybe, I don't know if it's the Miles Turner rumors. I know definitely a big factor is he's lost weight. He looks more spry. He looks more active, so I know that's a reason. But he definitely seems a lot more motivated now and in better conditioning. So, I don't know. He's he continues to play like this. He's gonna make it a very difficult decision for the Knicks, because when he's playing like that, I mean,
yeah.
Do you go after a Miles Turner, or what do you do? So.
Not at this point, but it shouldn't be a difficult decision at all. What they shouldn't have done was brought back Noel. There was no point.
Facts.
There was no point. Now that was a dumb move. Giving Noel all that money. There was no purpose in doing that, man. He comes into camp hurt. Now he's out with COVID. Don't even get me started, man. I never liked that deal. And
he's gonna come back, and after one game, he's gonna have a sore knee somehow.
Right. Mm-hmm. Can't make it up, man. Cannot make it up. All right, we're going to get back to the phones. Sir Atlantis, you're going to be on deck on the Discord, so just leave your microphone on mute. Let's get back to the phones, man. 917, you up next, man. Who is this?
Yo, what's good? It's JJ from Brooklyn. How you guys doing, man?
JJ, what's
Happy
good,
holidays.
man? What's good?
Chilling, man. Chilling. CP, you're the man, but your Fournier take, nah, bro. That ain't it, man.
Listen.
I mean, you're not tired of watching him get blown by 25 times a game?
You guys are so emotional, man. Look, simple fix. Put him on the bench, bring him off the bench. What's the difference? What are you bringing in right now that's gonna help your team?
He's 6'7" and he's averaging 2 rebounds a game. He's
that's always been his game. That's who he is. That's who he is, though. 2
rebounds a game. He's running away from offensive rebounds on a nightly basis.
I'm with you.
They teach you that when you're 10 years old to follow
you, man.
Follow your shot.
I am with you on that, man. He's not an aggressive player like that.
I mean, he doesn't give you enough offensively to be out there playing that type of, horrible defense, man. Like, you're acting like we got to get value. No, I'm dumping him for anything. If I can get rid of the contract,
you're short-sighted, bro, because you may need that. That may be something that you need to get you something that you really need.
Nah.
You guys are caught up in the bad play.
All I hear is
you got to put on your GM hat, man. You got to put on your GM hat, JJ.
I'm tired of it, man.
Not your fan hat. Take the fan hat off. Put on the GM hat.
I hear you, man. And then the thing all I hear is these are team-friendly contracts. Go ask every team around the league how team-friendly the Randall and Fournier contracts are. You think teams are banging down the next door trying to get those guys?
By the next year, when the salary cap goes up, those contracts are cheaper. They get cheaper by the year. What do you mean? You will be able to get those off.
I'm saying right now, if you were to dump them right now, no one's taking them.
But the Knicks aren't dumping them right now, though. So you worried about the wrong thing. The Knicks are not dumping them right now. This is what I'm talking about with the fans, bro. Yeah, you guys think because these guys are under 500 and struggling for 1 year after they make the playoffs that they're going to make wholesale changes. It's not going to happen.
I mean, if we're going to be stuck with Randall and Fournier for the next 3-4 years, it's going to be a lot of mediocrity.
I didn't say
3-4
years, but definitely it's not going to happen this year.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen this year.
All right. And then the Obi thing, he's going to demand a trade soon. I'm telling you, the guy he has a couple of tentative offensive possessions. He had the open 3, didn't shoot it, then the trial, then he got blown by for the N1. But Tibbs, and then he yanks him. Tibbs does not hold the veterans accountable. Why doesn't he, last year all you heard is Tibbs yelling, Obi, when he's getting blown by. Why doesn't he do that with Fournier when he's getting blown by 25 times a game, or Randall? Yeah. When you don't hold your vets accountable, it's a bad look, man. It hurts the locker room. That's how you lose a team. You're not going to hold them accountable just because they're vets and they're making the most money? Like, I'm telling you, man, he does not hold vets accountable. Obi has a couple of bad plays and he yanks him. 11 minutes? I'm telling you, he's going to demand the trade too, man. It's going to come. And my last point, I will put Grimes in the starting lineup because when you got Kemba and Fournier out there, it's 2 brutal defenders. At least if you have Grimes, you can kind of cover up for Kemba a little bit. And then Fournier coming off the bench can play with the point guard like Quickly or McBride, who are both good defenders. So that's kind of one move I would want to make. But that's it, man. You guys have a good one.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
You guys are just panicking, man. Panicking. You know what the quick fix for Fournier is? Quitting Grimes. Problem solved. You know what the solution for Julius is right now? Nothing. Because they're gonna keep playing him. You guys look at all the way, this way, that way, the other way, trying to play for it. Julius had 13 points tonight, 5 of 20 from the field. They won, but this is your number one guy.
They're stuck with 48, man. I'm telling you.
You know, you guys are panicking, man. 33 games into the season.
Call up Detroit. See what
Who you want? Jeremy Grant, another overpaid player?
Well, but this is the options you have when you're trying to get rid of Fournier. Jeremy Grant has only one more year left at $20 million, right? So it'll match because Fournier is at 18. So this is what I'm saying is it's going to be hard for you to just get a team that is going to automatically take on his contract and work everything under your terms. You know, a team like the Pistons are a team like OKC. They're going to want a draft pick. So this is what I'm saying. So now you're like, okay, give me Jeremy Grant just so we can get rid of a year of Fournier for salary cap purposes. But Pistons are going to say, okay, we'll if we're going to take an extra year and give you Jeremy Grant, we need a first round pick. And it might be somewhat unprotected. So now, okay, you get Jeremy Grant, you get a year out, but you had to give up a first round pick just to complete that whole objective. That's the problem when you are in these situations with a guy with a contract like that, is unless you somehow are able to successfully put him in a trade for a star that has multiple years and the other team has no problem.
Well, why not wait and see if that opportunity comes about? That's what I'm saying. What is the rush? What is the rush right now? Why not wait and see until that opportunity comes about?
Well, if his value is going to come to that, hey, we'll have
That's
you.
What I'm saying.
Just wait and see. Then it's, I don't know, man.
That's all I'm saying. What is the rush? If he's not playing well, guess what? You have a stud who you just drafted on your bench. His role is going to be even bigger. It's continuing to grow. His name is Quentin Grimes. What's the problem?
The problem is that he's still going to be played. Fournier's still going to be played. I almost want to move him just so Tibbs doesn't touch him. You know, like back when we were kids, we told you not to bite your nails, and then you put that little stuff where your nails taste better and whatever the case may be. At this point, I just want to trade Evan Fournier just so Tom Thibodeau can't play him, so we can have Grimes break loose a lot more. I know he played 31 minutes tonight, but like I mentioned, Derrick Rose I know it's going to be a while, but Derrick Rose is going to be back. Emmanuel quickly is going to be back to playing his big minutes. Tonight, he only played limited amount of minutes because he just came back from the COVID protocol, and we don't know what's going to happen after that. I just feel like with him here, he's going to be played regardless because of that contract, and that's going to stop the Grimes minutes.
Here's what I'm going to do.
The Deuce minutes.
Here's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm going to bring on the show? My guy Ryan McDonough, the former GM of the Phoenix Suns, drafted Devin Booker. I'm bringing a guy in the know. I'm bringing him on the show. Wait and see. We're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this with a general manager. We're going to talk business coming up. And that will be the final. I'm digging into the crates. Going into the contact book and we're going to do that. We're going to do that.
Going down swinging.
Yeah. We are going to have an episode on asset allocation. That's what we're going to do.
First of all, he would be a great guest, regardless.
Yeah,
of facts.
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk asset allocation and building for the future. That's a fact. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. All right, Ari, I see you. We're gonna close it, Ari, tonight. Brazix on the Discord. If you can hear us right now, go ahead and unmute your mic. Give Brazix a couple more seconds here. All right, Brazix probably can't hear us. All right, so we're going to put him on mute. We'll go back to the phones, and then we'll take one more call, and then we'll get into prize picks. Area code 212, Manhattan. What's going on? 212, what's going on?
Yo, CT, you already know the vibe.
Triple M in the building. I like this new way of the phones, man. It's like the mystery door, you know what I'm saying? I got no call screeners tonight, so... It's kind of like the mystery person. What's going on, man?
Let's go. You unlock Triple M, who's unbelievable 9-2 when sipping on that tequila. I was at the bar going crazy for the guys today.
Let's go.
Knicks win an ugly game, bro. I mean, 2 games is just game by game. I mean, you've been making fire points, but I'm here today, CP, to challenge Jay drinking bad water in Florida. I mean, this man is a bad fan. I mean, this guy does not belong in Knicks fandom. Let me tell you.
Now, hold on, man.
Let me tell you how I found out.
Yeah.
Got you. Go.
No. Go ahead. Well, I mean, I'd rather bring him in, so that you can address him personally. I don't like to play the messenger here.
All right, cool.
He's
Bring
in the
him
chat right
Bring
now.
him
So
in. Bring him in.
if Jay from Florida would like to entertain the smoke, we can get the smoke cast going, battle of the fans on the spot. You know what I mean?
Get the smoke, because I got a lot of venom right now for Jay from Florida. Pick it up right there. Put the number on the chat.
Let's do it. Salute to everybody in the chat right now. We got 1,800 people, 1,900 people on the check-in. If you're new in the chat right now, we're about to have a battle of the fans right now, an airing of grievances. Jay from Florida and my guy, Triple M from New York. Triple M, he's been sipping a little bit. He's on the tequila vibe, but he's good to go. Jay from Florida, we're going to bring you in right now.
Yeah, good.
All right, here we go. We got Jay from Florida on the line. Jay, are you with us?
I'm here, man.
I'm
here. Run it up, man.
Let's go.
Run it up.
Now, as you guys know, the rules for Battle of the Fans is simple. Keep it clean. This is a family show. Triple M, I'm going to start with you. CK and JD, just give me a timer. We're gonna have 2 minutes for opening statements. We're going to keep this very civilized here, all right? 2 minutes for opening statements.
Tell me when it starts, JD. Tell me when it starts.
Okay. Who's got the timer?
I got it.
Who's got the time? Is somebody snoring in the background? Jay, is that you?
Yeah, I'm snoring. I'm asleep on him. I'm asleep. Go ahead, Triple M. Go ahead.
All right, CK.
Let's go.
I got it.
Let's go.
Let me tell you, man.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. I ran into KnicksFanTV in the middle when the Knicks lost 18 games in a row. It was pandemonium. In the chat, did the Cavaliers win the game? I would never forget that game. And all heck broke loose. Everybody happy that the Cavs won the game so the Knicks can continue their tankathon. I mean, who the heck wants to go back to tanking? I mean, there's 1,900 people in this chat right now, hype because the Knicks won 2 in a row. I mean, this is what we could do. We could critique. That's what we could do. We could critique that Tibbs played Obi only 10 minutes, all right? He doesn't play the kids enough. That's valid. That's what we do in the show, and that's fire. That's why I love KnicksFanTV. But Jay from Florida drinking water down there. I mean, the guy doesn't stop complaining.
Hold up,
The
Jay.
guy
I'll
is
put Jay on mute.
drinking
I'll put Jay
nasty
on mute.
water down there in Florida. He's sleeping over there because he just wants to see Kevin Knox run out there for 40 minutes and look like a deer and then a hat, all right? This is not it. I'm enjoying that the Knicks won 41 games last year and went to the playoffs. 1 game winner. Come on, man. Let me hear from Jay from Florida, man, before I start running it up.
How much time you got left?
He got 30 more seconds.
You got 30 more seconds, Triple M. Go ahead and make it count,
All
man.
right. The tanking is trash. Jay from Florida, man, you are not a real fan of Knicks if you're going to come out here talking about Knicks need to lose. The man said that the Orlando Magic are back, and they just finished losing today to go to 7-29.
Okay, all right. That was Triple M from Manhattan, ladies and gentlemen. That was Triple M. We call him Tequila Tito. That's his nickname. He can always be found with a glass of tequila in his hand. Now, Jay from Florida, you're on the mic, sir. Triple M had some things to say about you and your tanking philosophy. To that you say what? 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
Yep.
Fans like Triple M is the worst part about this franchise. Is simply the worst part about this franchise. They happy with crumbs. They always happy with the least. Listen, the 4th seed was fool's gold. It was the worst thing that happened to the franchise. They barely beaten COVID-stricken teams. They beaten G League teams. And Edwards, D'Lo, Cat, they was not out there tonight, and they barely won the game. How are we going to go forward like this? Don't you ever want to see a championship? I'm 35 years old, bro, and I've seen 2 playoff appearances in the last 20 years. This is fool's gold. We got to really start seriously building the team. Worldwide West and them are frauds. They're frauds. They sat down in Dolan office and promised them gold, and they have nothing. They can't even pick their phone up. Scott Perry has never made a trade. Y'all got on me for talking about Scott Perry and his resume a couple years ago. Scott Perry's the bum. The best thing we got on this whole franchise is Walt Perrin and the cat from Cleveland. Walt Perrin and them cats is picking good players year over year. They pick Grimes. Grimes is the number 8 recruit in the country, and they picked him 25. That's impressive. They need more draft picks. I say tank because I want Walt Perrin and I want the cat from Cleveland to cook and really put this team together.
30 seconds.
Randy stepping away from the huddle every game. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Obi playing 10 minutes a game. I don't want Deuce not getting off the bench. I'm not happy with Crumbs. I'm not happy with first-round exits. Like, stop giving them confidence, bro. This front office is trash. Worldwide West, if you're listening to me, people like Triple M is the problem. We're not happy. We're not happy with the first-round exits. We're not happy barely beating Kobe teams. We're not happy with the trash, brother. I am sorry. I would never accept mediocrity. The Orlando Magic is in a better place because they got Franz Wagner scoring 40. Jonathan Isaac hasn't even played a game this year. That's 2 high-level wings. Suggs ain't played tonight. Cole Anthony ain't played tonight, and they went against the champions and held it. So come on, man. I'd rather be the Magic than the Knicks right now.
Okay, all right. So that was Jay from Florida's take. Now, round 3, the final round. CK, we'll do a 2.5 minutes. This is going to be the battle royal. I'm bringing both men onto the stage to air it out right now. And then the fans at home, you guys are going to vote for the winner. All right, Jay is on, Triple M is on. Triple M, go ahead.
I mean, this man just said the Orlando Magic are in a better position. I mean, I saw JD wiping his lips and he was falling asleep. CK, you need to wake up because the man just said Jonathan Isaac, who's never played a full season, Cole Anthony, a poor man, Russell Westbrook. Like, come on, bro. Like, the Orlando Magic are not even close to the New York Knicks right now. The Knicks just won 41 games last year on a 72-game season. All right. This man just called the front office trash. I mean, look at the guys that the Knicks have drafted. I mean, Walt Perrin, of course, he's making the big moves, but the guys have to sign off for that. The guys have to sign off for that. I want to see the Knicks work. CP's been saying it all show. Let the guys work. It's 33 games.
All right, Jay, go ahead.
I mean, come on, fellas.
Jay, go ahead.
Brother, stop talking about last year, man. Last year, Julius Randle played against no fans in the stands. He was shooting the ball like he was in LA Fitness. He was doing his thing because he had no pressure. Julius Randle is the biggest fraud in America. Julius Randle played good against the Lakers because it's a national broadcast game. He played good against the Hawks because it was Christmas Day. When he's playing on a Tuesday night, he's trash, brother. He's not, like JD said, he's not an A guy. We don't know if he can even build a team around him. You go trade Bradley Beal, he's going to be standing and pouting, bro. He's not a good guy, man. Listen, this team is going nowhere fast. It is we like the Indiana Pacers. We just like the Magic. You hate on the Magic. We in the middle of the field just like them, brother. How are we going to get to the top? You're not telling me you're just happy with little wins. How are we going to get to the top? How are we going to get a championship? This is my question. How are we going to get to the second round? How nobody
Triple M, you could jump in, man. This is Battle Royal, man.
All the time in
time.
He don't want to answer these questions. How are we going to get to the top?
How are we going to get to the second round? Let's get to the playoffs. I mean, every game we find a new thing. We found Deuce McBride. We found Deuce McBride last week. You found Quentin Grimes 2 weeks ago. I mean, the team is full. The team is deep. And like CP mentioned, Evan Fournier, he's a contract you can move. If you want to get to the top, if you want to get to that superstar, let things marinate. Let this front office rock. It's year 2 of the rebuild.
Scott Perry can't make no trades, bro. Scott Perry's never made a trade in his life.
Scott Perry don't make no trades,
bro.
Okay.
Time.
All right, time, fellas, time.
They need to go get Shy. They need to go get Murray from San Antonio. They need to go get Reddish. They need to go get those type of players.
Okay.
That's what we need to be focused on.
Time. All right. We've heard from both contestants. An impromptu battle of the fans. This is what we do on Knicks Fan TV, man. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Hit that thumbs up button for the battle of the fans. You don't get this anywhere else, not even on ESPN. This is where it's at. Number 1 show for the fans by the fans for a reason. All right? We just had to clear the smoke. A little airing of grievances. Now, we got the poll going up in the chat. Vote for your winner. JD, I'll start with you, man. Who are you voting for tonight?
I don't know how you call it because they both on the extreme ends. One is tank, the other one is win now. So and I'm personally in the middle. I'm on kind of more a little bit Ari's way in terms of let's play now and we can develop the guys and still win. Like we can accomplish a little bit of everything at one time. But based on the fact of their arguments and the specific points that they brought in, the specific points, I think Triple N could have used better players to argue his way. He used Evan Fournier. He talked about other things, and I think I subtract a little bit of points there. And then Jay going the extreme route. I don't know that, getting a top 5 pick is going to get you there. But he does give credit to Walt Perrin, and I am a Walt Perrin fan, and I am a guy of trust up front office in terms of the draft, even if it's a first-round pick, mid-first-round pick, or late. If I had to pick, not for tanking, but if I had to pick, I'm going Jay from Florida.
Oh, interesting. CK, your thoughts?
Oh man, yeah. Shout out to both of them. This one's close. Like JD though, I'm sitting right between. And to be real, I don't take Jay's stance as a tank. I know because he's talking about draft picks and this, that, and the third, people were taking it as a tank. I think he's more, and like JD said to Ari's point, I think it's more of the rebuild. I think that we have guys that we can play through in our younger pieces. And I think that that's the point that Jay is trying to come across here. He's saying that if there are trades, we're looking at like the Damian Lillards and the Bradley Beals when we should be looking at some of these younger guys and making some moves for some of those guys and stuff like that. So I get where he's coming from, but I also hear where Triple M's coming from as well. To what you're mentioning with the contracts, we're putting ourselves in position for at some point in the near future making a trade. If there is that magical trade that is going to be made, we are in a position for that financially with the players on hand and stuff like that. But just because I'm sticking to my guns, I'm sticking to my ground, I'm leaning more towards Jay on this one, just strictly out of the argument, because I don't think Triple M added any more to bring me over to that side, to be completely real. So it's hard for me to go over there. So I'm sticking with Jay on this one, unfortunately, y'all. Sorry.
Real quick.
The
thing that does it for me, that's why it's tough. I mean, like I said, I'm not for the tanking, but Julius Randle's play this year is given a lot of ammo to Jay's argument. Exactly. If Julius Randle was playing a lot better, then there could be a lot more believers out there about going for it now and forgetting about the whole process. So that's the only thing. If the ultimate goal is the championship, you need to develop the young players and acquire as much talent as you possibly can, because that can also lead to a bigger trade. When he talks about Shea Gilgeous, some of these young players, you think OKC's giving them up for just veteran players?
Not a chance.
He's not. So.
Not a chance.
Yeah.
You're going to have to pay to play. In my opinion, I'm going to call it a draw, man. Honestly, I know it's a cop-out. I'm going to call it a draw because, look, I've always said it. This is the hardest league in all of sports to build a championship team. You have to deal with the salary cap. You have to deal with the luck of the lottery. Once you get into the lottery, you got to pick the right player. Sometimes you think you got the consensus pick, and he's Michael Olowokandi or he's Anthony Bennett. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a complete dud. So there's so many factors that goes into drafting the next superstar talent or building the next championship team. It's extremely, extremely difficult. From Triple M's standpoint, he wants to continue trying to win games, and he's betting on this front office, the Walt Perrins, the Scott Perry's, the scouting staff, that's going to pull the diamonds out of the rough. The Quickleys, who the 25th pick. Deuce McBride, the second-round pick. You had Quentin Grimes, who was around somewhere in the 20s as well. Pulling those guys out of there and seeing how those guys can help fortify your team. I mean, look at the Utah Jazz. Look at the job that Walt Perrin did. He got lucky. Again, luck. How many teams passed on a superstar talent like Donovan Mitchell? He got picked, in the teens, number 13, something like that? That's what I mean when luck plays into it. But he went in and got Rudy Gobert in the second round. He got Joe Ingles. Before that, it was Jason. It was Hayward. They got all these guys there that Walt Perrin went in there and scouted. Now you have the Utah Jazz sitting on the top of the West. Now 2 years in a row, one of the top contending teams in the West. Will that turn into a championship? I don't think so. But they'll get close. Now, from Jay's perspective, Jay wants to tank, and try to get a top lottery pick. He mentions the Orlando Magic. Well, Franz Wagner's balling. When has the Orlando Magic been relevant? They've been a perennial lottery team. How's that working out for them? We just played the Minnesota Timberwolves, perennial lottery team. How's that working out for them? How's it working out for the Sacramento Kings, for the Thunder? So, you know, you also have examples of teams that have been the doormats of the league for some time now. They go into the lottery, they're picking top 10 every year, and they still can't get right. There's no silver bullet to this thing. There is no silver bullet to this thing. Now, JD, I think you're right when you say, you know, Randall's play and him being so skittish, it kind of, you know, makes you think twice about what your prospects are of building a championship caliber team with him as a piece, not around him, but with him as a piece, because, you know, he's just been so up and down. But at the same time, I kind of see the front office and Tibbs' philosophy where if you fortify this team with vets, it helps your young players get better. And when your young players get better, it helps your team improve. And then you can see, okay, these guys are built for the future. You know, they've matured through the organization. They're built for the future. These guys are now good enough where they can get me that piece that I need to take me over the hump. So I'm leaning with Triple M to kind of, you know, go that direction. But I hear what Jay from Florida is saying as well, man. That's why I got to go with a draw.
That's why I'm in the middle. In terms of, you know, it's hard to go one way or the other and know that plan is going to be the one that takes you to the promised land.
There's no silver bullet,
because I think the market of New York, you try to win, but you try to bring some young players along that journey so that you become an attractive destination for that eventual, which is, I feel like it's even scripted sometimes because it's just part of the NBA drama, part of the NBA ratings and shows and everything for, you know, every year for that one superstar to be disgruntled and cause a ruckus and wants to get traded. It's like part of the NBA league. So you want to be in that position. And the only way to be in that position is, you know, you either have assets or you're competitive enough to become attractive where a player demands to go to your team. And when the Knicks get to that position, I think the whole New York market becomes an asset only under that proposition. You know, the Timberwolves could get there or the Magic, but even if the Magic are playing well and they're developing, I don't know that a superstar is going to say, get me there.
Yeah,
I can see that happening with the Lakers. I can see that happening with the Knicks, where, you know, teams somebody will want to be a part of that. So that's why it's very difficult to say this or that. But if I had to choose my route, it would be try to be competitive. And hey, this front office is proven you don't really need a lottery pick to build the pieces, right?
Yeah.
They're even late into the second round, they're giving you either rotational players in the future, hopefully, or players that you can add in a trade. So I don't think you have to go so extreme one way or another. You can go right down the line and see what happens after that. But if you're gonna keep signing guys like Evan Fournier, I don't know, because you think you slick with that poll. Why you wanna?
That's why I said 19% of y'all.
19%.
I don't know, but CP's right on 48.
Let's go. Let's go.
19% of y'all.
We did have 400 votes in the chat. 37% go to Jay from Florida, man. Now, the 19% that voted for me, you know, I don't know if that could have swung things in Triple M's favor. Triple M, my bad. I just had to, you know, just check the pulse of the fan base and see, you know, what people are thinking about, you know, my takes on Fournier. So I might have swung some votes away from you, Triple M. My fault, man. That was kind of like, you know, being the independent in the election. You know what I mean? My fault. My fault on that, man. But good points. Good points by both challengers. And, you know, we appreciate them for coming on and entertaining us. But give good takes. Good takes. All right.
It's promo because it went to 20% now.
Man, I know.
Okay, there we go. There we go. Hit that thumbs up button for you.
Shouldn't even mention
it. So to everybody in the chat, man, hit that thumbs up button for you boys. We're going to hear from Ari, a couple more people before we wrap up. Number one show for the fans by the fans. This is Knicks Postgame Live presented by Prize Picks. And as we say, man, Prize Picks is the number one daily fantasy prop operator out there on the market. They have the best NBA daily fantasy props. You can pick props from the superstar players to the bench players. And the best thing about Prize Picks, what do we mean by props? It's just over-unders. We are predicting the over-unders of a particular player and the stats that Prize Picks selects for that player on a given night. So that's all it is to it when we talk about Prize Picks and the prop bets. So here's where I went tonight. Now tonight got very, very interesting, fellas. Very interesting for me. Let me go ahead and resize this thing, and I'll show you guys where I went tonight on Prize Picks. So Prize Picks, they had a deal tonight for the Greek Freak, and I caught this one early. They had a Taco Tuesday deal for Giannis.
Fell for that trap.
Yeah, they had a Taco Tuesday deal for Giannis where it was 21.5 points. So I picked the over. It was the Bucks in Orlando. I picked the over for Giannis, and I think he finished with about 24 points. So that one ended up doing well. And that was tough because the Bucks were holding a fairly sizable lead for the most part of that game. And so I wasn't sure if this was going to be a blowout alert or what, but he ended up coming back in the fourth quarter and he finished with 28. So he got that over for me. Now, next place I went was Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler over 21.5 points. The Heat are still shorthanded based on COVID protocol. Jimmy Butler coming back from injury, and he had a monster night, man. I think he had about 22 points. How many assists did he have, JD? About 15 assists for Jimmy Butler. So
Jimmy Butler had 15 assists. That is correct.
Yeah,
25 points and 15
25
assists.
and 15. So he hit the over on points for me. So I did hit that. Now, these next few were a bit questionable. Well, not this one, because I went with Steph Curry. I went with the chef tonight, going absolutely bananas. I think he scored over 40 points in his last 4 games. Golden State at home against the Denver Nuggets. I went over for the chef at 29.5 points. I'm watching the game right now. Denver's up 80-74 with 4 minutes left. I don't think he's anywhere near that. How many points does he
15,
have right now? Yeah,
15 points.
So I didn't hit that, unfortunately. So it's going to be a losing night for me on Prize Picks because I also took Jonas Valanciunas at home against the Cleveland Cavaliers. It wasn't clear if Evan Mobley was going to play. Cavs were also down Jared Allen. So I took Valanciunas with the over on 12.5 rebounds, and he fell short. He finished with 10. So he finished 3 rebounds short of that one. And then the last one, fellas, the pick that we all made, coincidentally, RJ Barrett over 1.5 3-pointers, and RJ finished 1 of 2 on the night. So I ended up getting 3 out of 5 wrong tonight, so I didn't win any money on Prize Picks tonight. Christmas Day was a lot better for me, but no dice tonight, man. But you guys at home, try your luck, man. Play to win. Go to prizepicks.com or download the Prize Picks app. Enter promo code KFTV for a 100% match on your deposit of up to $100. CK, how'd you do, man?
Yeah, I'm gonna be about to be 4 out of 5. I almost got that 200, but I'll take my 40. I'll take my 40. I got double my 20. Yeah, the RJ Barrett one hurt me. My Taco Tuesday pick was actually a Jokic. It was okay. It was 24.5 for me. I took the under. I mean, there's still a chance for him to go over on that, but I took the under on that. He's at 20 points right now. About 3 minutes left in that game. I should be okay there. We'll see. But yeah, the RJ Barrett one killed me. I took Julius Randle on rebounds. I'm glad I did that. It was at 8, and he got 15 tonight.
Nice.
But yeah, man, the RJ Barrett one killed me. Give me at least 2.
Why? We all bet on the under on RJ, man. On the over.
Couldn't believe it.
We all went over on RJ. I just felt like, he was gonna get out of that slump. 2 threes. I could count on, some outlet passes from Julius, from Kemba, from Fournier. And he did. He knocked down the one in the fourth, but for 3 quarters, he's building a brick house. So no dice in the over 1.5. JD, how about you?
I also went 4 out of 5, coming out with $40 tonight. Same thing as you guys said. I picked RJ over 1.5 on threes. Him shooting 8 attempts against the Hawks. I figured he would get enough attempts to hit 2 shots.
Same.
Second game coming back from health and safety protocol. I thought he would get in somewhat of a rhythm. And so I didn't hit there, but I hit on the next 4. I went under 17.5 points with Tyrese Maxey against the Toronto Raptors.
I like that one. Yeah.
He only had 5 points. Raptors have some length on the perimeter. Felt that Maxey wouldn't have such a great game there. I thought the 17.5 was a little high for him.
Raptors playing point guard as well.
Nice choice.
Right. Christian Wood, I went under 11.5 rebounds. Now, this was tricky because his last 2 games against the Lakers, he had 13 and 19 rebounds. However, the Lakers tonight went with LeBron James at center, and I felt that would take, Christian Wood, who's their center, away from the basket, and that worked because LeBron had a triple-double, and Christian Wood only has 6 rebounds, and he played 30-plus minutes. So he had the minutes, but being away from the basket, he didn't get the rebound. So I hit on that. I took, which I thought was a lock, Patrick Beverly under 1.5 on threes. He didn't hit one in the last 9 games. Patrick
Did he even
Beverly,
shoot one?
Yeah, did he even shoot one? I think he was like 0 for 3 or 0 for 4.
Yeah.
But he's taken more attempts than that. But over the last 9 games, Patrick Beverly has only hit two 3-pointers in a game 2 times. So I felt that was a coming back first game on safety.
That was good.
Protocol. Thought that was a lock matchup. And right now, I am under 5.5 threes for Steph Curry. Right now, he's 4 for 13. I feel with Draymond Green out, he's not going to get those as good of looks that he does in the offense without Jordan Poole or Draymond Green in the lineup. Right now, he's struggling, but there is still some time left. So I think I'll get that. That will give me 4 out of 5.
All right, there you go, man. Once again, prizepicks.com, promo code KFTV. Play along at home, but please play responsibly. All right, a couple more calls before we wrap. Brazix, I'm going to try you again on the Discord. Brazix, you live on the Discord. Go ahead and unmute your mic. Brazix, going once. All right, Brazix, you up out of there. Okay, E-Crossover, we're going to try you on the Discord. E-Crossover, go ahead and unmute your mic. All right, no E-Crossover. So we'll get him up out of there. All right, Ari, you the last one, man. Go ahead and unmute your mic, bro. Let's go.
Yo, what's up, CP? You hear me all right?
Yeah, loud and clear, man. How you feeling, bro?
Oh, man, dude. I mean, we barely beat one of the worst teams in the league without their 3 best players. So, I mean, yeah, you take the win, I guess, but definitely not something to be happy about. Or encourage, excuse me. First things first, dude. Oh my God, CP, man. I don't know. I don't know who compromised you. I don't know what's going on. Like, are you reading into a teleprompter right now? Is there like someone pointing a gun at you or something? Like, I just don't get it, bro. Like, I would attach. I would give 2 second-round picks just to get rid of Evan Fournier, let alone take 2 first-round picks. I would give 2 first-round picks just to get rid of him. All right. And listen, this is the deal, man. Number one, if you move Evan Fournier, if you do plan on re-signing Mitchell Robinson, it makes it a little bit more reasonable because you have a little bit more money available. That's number one. Number two, you could use the cap space that you get from Evan Fournier to not only sign a free agent, Robert Covington, Miles Bridges, Gary Harris.
You're not getting Miles Bridges, man.
TJ Warren.
Stop it. Miles Bridges is signing with the Charlotte.
One person. There's other players that you could. There's other players.
Name them
that you could sign. Robert Covington, Gary Harris, Joe Ingles, TJ Warren. Call anyone, someone who plays defense at least. Your argument is to keep $20 million sitting on the bench.
No.
Just for a theoretical trade in the future.
Yeah, you might need it later.
That's ridiculous.
Why don't
you pay me $20 million to sit on the bench and then use me as a contract, right? If that's what it's just a cap filler. Why don't you just give a big bag of cash, sit it down on the bench?
Guy's talking about TJ Warren. He hasn't played in 2 years. 2 years.
Like, 2 years. Listen, so you're just delaying the inevitable for 2 years. Like, I would go low caps for the rest of my life if we got rid of Fournier for 2 second round picks. But listen, man, this is the one thing I really want to talk about, dude, is this. Listen, man, I'm done with Julius Randle, bro. I'm done with this guy, man. I'm done with him. We don't even know if Evan Fournier sucks or if he's just getting contaminated by Julius Randle being on the court, demanding the ball. And you know what? It's not even – forget about him, how bad he's playing and how inefficient he is. But this dude, all right, this dude has the worst body language. He's not even paying attention. He plays no defense, puts in no effort. Horrible body language. He drops 29 points on a G League team, and he goes to post game like he's Frank Lucas on 125th Street, like he's some big shot. Now he comes back, and now he doesn't want to talk. And now he doesn't want to talk to anyone. It's what JD said, man. It's exactly what he said. If you're gonna be the king of New York last year and take pictures with the like you some big shot wearing a mink suit, and then you go 5 for 20, and then you're gonna be all pissy. I don't need that around my young guys. I don't need that. And here's the thing about Fournier and Randall, you don't understand. They take up minutes, man. And that's how you develop these players. It's not about tanking, and it's not about winning now. It's more about where your priorities are and let the chips fall as they may. My priorities are for player development. In order to see what we have in Obi Toppin, he needs to play more than 10 minutes a game. Period. You're trading Obi or you're trading Randall. You can't play both of them. At least Tibbs is not. So you have to trade one of them. And I'm trading the guy who's going to make $30 million a year, who has the worst plus minus on the team. That's what I'm going to do. All right. I don't care if, and listen, personally, I think it'll make the team better. But if it makes the team worse, so be it. I'm prioritizing player development. How do we know what Obi's scared to dribble the ball because Tibbs is going to yell at him and scream at him, take him out in the game? How's that player development? Playing 10 minutes a game, all right? It just makes no sense. And having Fournier start, even if he plays 10 minutes a game, it's 10 minutes that could go to Deuce McBride. It's 10 minutes that could go to
Deuce
Quentin
McBride
Grimes.
is not getting held up by Fournier. Quentin Grimes just played 31 minutes tonight. He
minutes
played
for
more
Kevin
minutes
Knox.
than Fournier.
Kevin Knox, 10 more minutes for Alec Burks.
Knox is out of here, man.
10 more minutes for Alex Burks.
I'm sorry, man. Knox is out of here, bro.
No, all right. So you know what? At least boost his trade value in the meantime, and then trade him. If like you're gonna let this guy walk, at least flip him, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you have assets on your team, like don't just let someone walk. Is what I'm saying. Like that's what And if you trade Fournier,
you were ready to let Julius walk, man. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I would let Julius walk because he's getting paid $30 million a year. That's why I would get him because that's why. If he was getting $10 million a year, I still wouldn't want to play him because I think he's that cancerous. Like he's not quite as bad as Russell Westbrook when it comes to cancerous as a team, but he disrupts the flow of the offense. The ball moves so much better when Obi's on the floor and Randall's off it. People get more touches. RJ can be more assertive. When you have Randall on the court, you have a guy masquerading like he's Kevin Durant, like he's a real number one option. You have to defer to him, and he's going to turn the ball over. Listen, it just stunts the development of these players, man. Period. And you could say, listen, CP, no offense, bro. Last time you were on the show, you said that you wanted to keep Fournier because of wing depth. Depth. And then what happened was you knew that, all the people were coming for you. So you sat down with your lawyer over there and you came up with an alibi with this bullshit. Oh, I'm playing chess. I'm playing chess. I'm going to just leave $20 million on the bench just in case.
No, I'm not leaving him on the bench. He's gonna factor into my rotation. I'm putting him on the bench as a way to maybe get the most out of him. See, I'm trying to work with the pieces that I have on the table right now. You guys sit here and panic after 33 games. Every move you want to make a next move. Go get me Ben Simmons. Get rid of this guy. Do this, do that.
I never said get rid of that.
And then when the next guy comes in, you ready to ship him up out of here. When you get Julius up out of here, RJ's next on the conveyor belt. Get him out of here. He sucks too. When are we going to just wait and see how this thing marinates, develops, and then make moves down the road? You got to get some stability in here, man.
Even if it marinates and develops, we're still not going to win anything with this team, man. We have to make a trade. We're capped out, okay?
Okay.
And we're not going to get any top 5 pick, all right? Because we're too good for that.
Okay.
So we're not going to get any game changers. So we have to make a trade.
So go trade Evan Fournier and take that money, sign Robert Covington, and what are you doing after that?
I'm signing someone to a 1-year deal with that, or I'm
what is that doing on this team?
Personally, what I would do with that is I would take those 2 draft picks, hypothetical picks, I'd keep them, and what I would do is I would take on a shorter term bad contract with another asset attached to it to fill in that gap. Maybe 2 years instead of 3 years. Pick up another asset. You're talking all about asset acquisition and doing that. If you're gonna have someone, dude, listen. Fournier does not impact his team. Grimes is way better of a player.
I never said I never said I'm keeping him for that. I didn't say I'm keeping him for that.
Honestly, at this point, if Fournier is not hitting his jump shot, he's useless on this team. He's not like Kemba, who can at least like generate offense once in a while and go off. Like he adds nothing to this team, man. And I'm not saying he's a bad player. He's just a bad fit because he's next to Julius. So everyone's a bad fit next to Julius. But I'm just saying he needs the ball in his hands. He needs the ball in his hands. He needs to be a playmaker to be effective. That's why he was good on Orlando, right? And that's just not his role on this team. Ship him off to some place that needs a ball handler that wants to give him the ball. Get the assets in, and then worry about what you do with the money later. You're not like, you know what I mean? Who cares what you do with the money? Re-sign Mitch. Take on a bad contract. Get an asset. Sign someone to a 1-year deal. At least you're not locked into Evan Fournier for 4 years or 3 years at the minimum. Personally, I think it's a no-brainer. I would do it in a heartbeat. And also, I'm not the one panicking, CP. All right, I would have never re-signed Randall or Fournier to begin with. I would have stuck with the rebuild. See what I had. I would have stuck with the rebuild. See what I had in these kids. All right, and develop organically and make cheap upgrades. That's what you do. Cheap upgrades. Like the Derrick Rose trade was a cheap upgrade. That made sense. You're not compromising your cap. You're not locking yourself into anything toxic, and you're getting your team better. That's the difference between tanking and rebuilding.
But the cap's not compromised, bro. The cap is not compromised.
Dude, the cap is compromised, bro. I don't care what you say.
The cap is not compromised. The next free agent class, the next free agent class that you actually want to participate in, they will have the financial flexibility.
Listen, I don't know who
involved.
made you sign the NDA. I don't know what's going on over here, bro. All right, but all I'm saying.
Yo, we got the Grammys music on, man. We gotta go, man.
All right, whatever. JD, keep fighting, doing God's work for us, JD. Keep it up, bro.
All right, man. We'll talk to you, man. Good call, bro. All right, that was Ari from Manhattan. You guys just want to make moves just for the sake of making moves. All right. Okay. Okay.
Well, you gotta win tomorrow.
Yeah. Gotta win tomorrow. The Ari show coming soon on KnicksFanTV.
You think Kemba plays tomorrow?
Probably not.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't think so.
It's gonna be interesting.
They better activate Deuce.
Because if Deuce plays and he plays well, his Grimes tip, then it's just gonna keep adding ammo to the kids' argument.
For sure. Shout out to Hoodie's Vintage $5 Super Chats. As Obi couldn't play 16 to 18 minutes in a game where Randall goes 5 for 20 with 4 turnovers. I'm scared Obi's gonna want out before I get to wear this jersey. Hashtag free the bench. Look, we all knew the Obi issue it's never gonna go away. It's never gonna go away. So until there's a resolution, this is what you can come to expect. Trizzy H, $5 Super Chat says, yo, CP, when you get Ryan McDonough on the show, you got to ask him about tanking. Curious to see a former GM's take on it. Chuck D, the Rhyme Animal Chuck D, everybody throw a hashtag P in the chat, says, was working in my world deep, but good to see a gift, W. LOL, but it seems like a monsoon went through here. CP, CK, JD, LOL, cardiac, I'm guessing. Shout out to you, Chuck. Appreciate it.
Yes.
What happened?
Well, it's 2 seconds left.
Yeah.
Well, I'm celebrating too much. Denver's up 89-86, and Steph Curry is exactly at 5 threes. He's 5 for 14.
Oh, you had the under, right? Because it was 5.5, right?
Right. I have the under. Yes.
Good
23
job.
points.
Good job.
So,
Nice.
Shout out to Mont Blanc Nolan. He says, besides Golden State in the last 10 years, what team drafted their way to a chip? Rebuilding is not a guarantee. Look at the Kings, perennial lottery team. Junior Caroma $5 Super Chat says, Jay from Florida, my boy, but that tanking crap is for the birds. Knicks trying to build a winning culture here. I'm sticking to that. Shout out to Johnny Grayson. Says, would you do a 3-team trade with the Mavs and New Orleans? Mavs get Julius. He goes home. New Orleans gets Porzingis and Fournier. Griffin tries to save us, and we get Brandon Ingram. Look, hey, Kristaps is playing very well right now, man. I don't even think the Mavs would do that. You know? But I would definitely love to trade for Brandon Ingram.
Any Knicks, Pelicans, Brandon Ingram trade, RJ is gone in that trade.
Yeah,
there's just because of the RJ Zion connection, if they're gonna salvage anything on Zion there. So
yeah, that's true. Al Diddy says, Jay from Florida, need a shot of tequila. Wake up, bro. We got blue chip prospects already. Shout out Steve Vernon, $10 Super Chat says, as much as we're clamoring for Grimes, Evan Fournier is someone you're going to need in the playoffs. Don't put too much stock in the regular season. Grimes is great, but he hasn't been tested yet. So Steve Verner's going with the veteran savvy. Justin Smith said Fournier gave CP a secret luggage with dead presidents in it. I'm sure of it. Shout out Lord Zilla. He says, how long until Dunker's Delight releases a video of JR moping around? Free Obi. RJ is just Justice Winslow B. It's time to tell the truth about RJ. Overrated. Carl Ramsey says Knicks have one of the best young cores in the league. Draft well and find a coach to develop our young talent. Appreciate that. Shout out Paul Robinson says Big Mike speaking facts. RJ can't eat. Reggie Jones says move Randall and play Obi so the ball can move freely. Eric 50 says great game from Mitch. Al Diddy says don't know how Randall can see a 13-point lead and result to ISO ball that's not effective. It's nauseating. Pastor Claudio's Obi Hive says what would Pat Riley do about Randall? Hashtag free Obi. Well, Pat Riley wouldn't draft Obi if he knew that Julius Randle's on his team. S.V.Hehot says they got Obi in the backyard with the leash on him. Let him run wild in the backyard. No leash. Tibbs is bugging. Love my Knicks. Delano Steele. Delano $5 super chat. Salute to the bros. This win was Wanda from In Living Color ugly, but we look closer to 500. David Claudio says Tibbs, Tris, Obi. I got that one. CT Pittman got that one. CP the artist, appreciate it. Cynthia, appreciate it. Eugene. Blade Pinderhue says if we do a salary dump for Fournier and end up with Terrence Ross in another deal, I think we'd all be happy with that. Well, you're not helping him with your wing depth, though. Terrence Ross can't guard threes. At least I wouldn't put him out there on threes. My guy Gamba says we got 2 second rounds for Fournier and his contract. Young Lotto, oh well, if you gotta go, then you gotta go. Paul Robinson says forget Evan, dump Randall's contract. Jeremy Maynard says still need an increase in athleticism at the wing or increase Obi's minutes. There's a noticeable increase in energy with the kids, aka second unit. Oscar DeLeon says we need to trade for Brandon Ingram point blank. Look at his numbers. I'd love to have Brandon Ingram here for sure. Who else? Paul Robinson says the starters should be ashamed of themselves. They have no pride, or is it just Randall who doesn't? Shout out to Eugene. Says it's $10 super chat. Says it's time to rethink the Westbrook trade to get Randall out of here. I'd rather have one terrible year of Westbrook or Wall versus 4 years of Julius Randle. I want to see Obi play 30 minutes. Randall, we don't need that. Yeah, I was very surprised that the Randall and Fournier haters would pass down that opportunity. You know, take one rotten year with Brody here and start all over again. But Jay, Ari, King Deesh, you know, the leaders of the pack, they weren't having it. It's very surprising. Josh Kyle says Randall, a.k.a. Sloth from Zootopia, needs to be held accountable. I saw an article in Breacher Report that some players feel there is favoritism towards others, a.k.a. Julius. Antonio Mano says we need Randall protocols from Woj. No symptoms. Kenny Gale says Tibbs hates Randall. No, Tibbs hates Obi. Randall gets to stink it up, and Obi gets 11 minutes, even though it's all productive. SMH. Free Obi and free me. Might have to go to health and protocol. Papa 171 says 38 minutes, 5 for 20. We don't need it. LMAO. Salute to New York. Matthew Henry says, can we please get rid of Randall? Brand new Whirlpool. Milad Kayami says, Grimes played more than Burks, Fournier, and Barrett. Great sign for the rookie to gain Tibbs' trust. Emil Beaumontsor, Australian Super Chat says, I was so annoyed when Obi gave the and one and had to travel in the next possession and get taken out. Tibbs does not let his guys make mistakes. All right. So that is it for our show. Thanks for everybody for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow night. Knicks in Detroit. Knicks postgame live presented by Prize Picks. Once again, go to prizepicks.com. Promo code KFTV for a 100% match on your deposit of up to $100. Make sure you play responsibly. Also, remember that this show is also sponsored by Manscaped. Go to manscaped.com. Enter promo code KFTV for 20% off plus free shipping. Remember that this show is also available in audio podcast format, all the major podcast platforms, so no reason to miss it. If you listen on iTunes and also listen on Spotify, make sure you guys leave us a review. It would definitely go a long way. We definitely appreciate it. Spotify now has 5-star reviews, so if you could leave us a 5-star review on either platform, that would definitely be appreciated. Did get one more super chat in. Shout out to Efren Caraballo. Says Randall and RJ need to figure out how to blend together or else the season is lost. Yeah, that is for sure, man. JDCK, good show. David Footernick, good show, my guy. Appreciate you for tuning in. And we'll check you guys tomorrow, man. Number one show for the fans, by the fans. KnicksFanTV, we out of here. Peace.